Hare Krishna, we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 8th chapter, prayers by Queen Kunti, text number 9. Uttara uvacha, pahi pahi mahayogi, deva deva jagatpate, nanyam tvad abhayam pashe, yatram ritryu parasparam, Uttaro vacha, pahi pahi mahayogin, deva deva jagatpate, nanyam tvad abhayam pashe, yatra mrityu parasparam. Uttaro vacha, pahi pahi mahayogin, deva deva jagatpate, nanyam tvad abhayam pashe, yatra mrityu parasparam. Vacha, pahi pahi mahayogin, deva deva jagatpate, tadayam pashe, yatra mrityu parasparam. Okay, Matajis. Uttaro vacha, pahi pahi mahayogin, deva deva jagatpate, tvanyam tvadabhayam pashe, yatra mrityu parasparam. Uttara uvacha, Uttara said, pahi pahi, protect, protect, Mahayogin, the greatest mystic, Deva Deva, the worshipable of the worshipped, Jagatpate, O Lord of the universe, Na, not, Anyam, anyone else, Tvat, then you, Abhayam, fearlessness, Pashe, do I see, Yatra, where there is, Mrityum, death, Parasparam, in the world of duality. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Uttara said, O Lord of Lords, Lord of the universe, you are the greatest of mystics. Please protect me, for there is no one else who can save me from the clutches of death in this world of duality. Purport. This material world is the world of duality, in contrast with the oneness of the absolute realm. The world of duality is composed of matter and spirit, whereas the absolute world is complete spirit without any tinge of the material qualities. In the dual world, everyone is falsely trying to become the master of the world, whereas in the absolute world, the Lord is the absolute Lord, and all others are His absolute servitors. In the world of duality, everyone is envious of all others, and that is inevitable due to the dual existence of matter and spirit. The Lord is the only shelter of fearlessness for the surrendered soul. Thank you. One cannot save himself from the cruel hands of death in the material world without having surrendered himself at the lotus feet of the Lord. Swamiti Namine, Namo Vishnupadaya, Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale, Shimate Bhakti Vedanta, Swamiti Namine, Namaste Saraswate Deve, Gauravani, Pracharine, Nivishesha, Shnevadi, Pashitya, Deshatarine, Jai Shri Krishna, Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shadvaita Gadadara, Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada says in the purport that material world is a place where everyone is envious. Not us, but everyone thinks I'm the most important person in the whole world. And everyone else, hey, if it's good for business, okay. If not, what to do? Ashvatthama here we have, he couldn't care less. He can destroy the whole universe. If it's good for him, then it's not even good for him. But if it's good for him, then no problem. Because he's in the center. If it's for his own interest, no problem. He can kill everyone. So you can see this. Sometimes people can become very. You can meet some people and they are friendly, and then you touch on their self-interest a bit, ching, and then you see, you're in great trouble. They were very nice as soon as their self-interest was satisfied, and when their self-interest was a bit, as they say, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. If you stop scratching their back, Prabhu, problem. And in the material world, everyone is trying to become a master. In the spiritual world, Srila Prabhupada says in the purport, everyone is a servant. And in the material world, everyone wants to become a master. It's not possible, but everyone is trying their best. You do your best. Good luck. Even in devotee communities, everyone is trying to become independent and master. How can you tell this? You go and tell some devotee what to do. Say, oh, he's a devotee. And the first reaction you'll see is, how dare you tell me what to do? Do you know who I am? Yeah, no, you are a servant of the servant of the servant of Krishna. So, for example, devotees take Wumpers in the morning program. There's this slow beat, and this devotee wants to bang some Wumpers. Boom! And someone might even come and tell him, "Hey, Prabhu, no, we don't use Wumpers in the morning program in the Arti. Okay, just put it down. It's okay." So this is a very interesting idea that someone might even correct you. You come to the temple and people might correct you, might tell you, "Hey, this is not good. You shouldn't do like this." Okay, and then there's this idea that devotional service is voluntary. Prabhu, this devotional service means voluntary, which is true. But it's a bit misunderstood what it means that it's voluntary. Yes, it's voluntary. This means that voluntarily you agree to follow the authorities. You have free will. And it's not that you go to the spiritual world and you say, devotional service is by inspiration and so on. And Mother Yashoda comes and tells you, Krishna comes from the pasturing grounds and things have to be like this and like this and like this and like this. I said, no, I feel like doing differently. So Mother Yashoda would look at you, hey, what are you doing here? So there are many authorities, even in the spiritual world. Mother Yashoda knows exactly how you need to serve Krishna, and she will tell you exactly how you need to serve Krishna. And because everyone is a servant there, and Mother Yashoda knows better how to serve Krishna, then everyone is happy to follow. Say, oh, this is pleasing for Krishna. Oh, Mother Yashoda is telling me how to please Krishna, so no problem. Oh, Jai, thank you, Mother Yashoda, for teaching me how to please Krishna. We're all here, the servants of Krishna, trying to please Krishna. So, Jai, no problem. So that's in the spiritual world. Everyone is a servant. And actually, even in the material world, you go to any institution. You go to this, like, city hall or some other institution. You go there, and there will be some security. I will say, okay, you can sit here. This is for the problem you have, you can go to this door, and you wait here. And if you start, you take your kartals and start singing, because you're a devotee. He might even come and say, hey, Prabhu, according to the rules of this institution, we don't sing here. You can go outside and sing, no problem, but not here. And many other things. The point is that as soon as you are inside, you agree to follow the rules. This is a very esoteric concept. You go to this institution, you agree to follow the rules. If you don't agree to follow the rules, I met one guy. He was going to. It was during these COVID times, and of course sometimes the rules are stupid, but that's other thing. So he went to the hospital, and they told him, you have to wear a mask. I said, no, I will not wear a mask, because I have principles. So they said, okay, please, you have to wear a mask. I said, no, I have principles, I don't wear a mask. I said, no, you have to wear a mask. And then after he was like completely independent, and then he was on the floor, and two security guys on him, and they were kicking him out, and a bit physical. So he was telling us, I met him, he was telling about how, it's like that. You go to any institution, you have to follow the rules. You don't follow the rules, no problem. You can follow the rules somewhere else. So it's the same when you come to the temple. In a spiritual community, by coming to the temple, you agree to follow the rules. Of course, it's not so many rules, but you agree to. That's the concept. You want to sing? Yes, you can sing, maybe, but there are some rules for singing. I don't know. We don't have so many rules. But for example, in the morning, you have to sing the morning tune. And if you sing some other tune, which you like, and you think it's very inspiring, someone might tell you, hey, Prabhu, wrong tune. We don't sing like that. And if you participate in the kirtan, you also have to understand that you are a servant. Servant means that you are a servant, there's someone who's leading the kirtan, and you are his servant. So you have to detect his mood and act accordingly. That's if he's singing Samsara Davana Lalida Loka, you don't come and bang the mridanga, boom, 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 Prabhu. Little dynamic. Because you're a servant. So you have to follow his mood, not him. if he sings more dynamic, you cannot, you don't sing, yes, bravo. No, you have to adapt to his mood. So this is very hard to learn, because the whole point of the modern society is how to make you independent. Don't follow any rules. Don't listen to anyone. And the whole Vedic society is completely the opposite. You're a servant. Jivara Svarupa Hoya Krishna Ranitya Dasas. You're an eternal servant. Gopi Bhartur Pada Kamala, you're Dasa Dasa Anudasa. So Lord Chaitanya identifies himself as not a servant of the gopis, who are the greatest devotees of Krishna. He's not says, I'm a servant of the servant, of the servant, of the servant. So so this is our identity, our real identity. We are servants of the servant. And everyone in the material world is trying to become master, or at least in his home, or somewhere, at least somewhere. So that's the material disease. And that's why even the idea of spiritual master is very hard to accept, And devotees sometimes take a spiritual master somewhere that they will not see too much, It has to be somewhere in the other corner of the world. And like His Holiness Praladananda Maharaj was saying that he went somewhere to visit. He goes he doesn't go there more than once per year. And his disciple who was living there, he took a vacation and he went somewhere else. Because he didn't want to meet his spiritual master, who might tell him to do something. He might tell him what to do. So, it's a half joke, but like all good jokes. So we want to be a little independent. We like to be independent. And also, even if our Diksha Guru is somewhere else, we should understand that there are other spiritual masters. It's called Shiksha Gurus, who will give you instructions. Temple president is a spiritual master. If you live in the temple, the temple president might tell you what to do. Temple commander, senior devotees. So it's not this idea of spiritual master. It's not one spiritual master. It's spiritual masters. Many spiritual masters. Whoever is following Srila Prabhupada's instruction, as much as they follow, they can act as spiritual master for us. So this is very hard to understand and accept. To understand, it's easy. To accept is. So some people will tell you, hey. So the point is, even in devotional communities, you cannot do your own things. You go for Harinam, you cannot do your own thing. I feel like doing this. No, there's some organization there. There's someone who's organizing this, someone who's organizing this. You don't come when you want. There's some departure time. You have to sing you go in a certain direction. There's some organization. You have to, if you're there, then you agree to follow the organization. Of course, in devotee communities, we're not like, but this mindset should be there, because someone is organizing, and maybe he knows some things which, there are some legal problems in that area. We should go this. We were near that bar, and they were like agitated last times. Something. Manidhar Prabhu was telling me when I was driving him to Pula that he wouldn't accept the position of temple president again. He said, in this environment, I cannot be a temple president. Because everyone has their own ideas, everyone is independent. Okay, Prabhu, do you want to do this? I don't know, Prabhu. I have a different idea. And today I feel like doing differently. Yes, Prabhu, but you live in the temple. So it's good to have ideas, but also to, so the point is, it's very hard to organize if in this kind of environment when everyone feels like doing some things, Otherwise, organizing is very simple. We were now we had some harinams. It was very simple. We started this day. The prasadam is here or there. We go to this city. This devotee is responsible for this. This devotee is responsible for this. Very simple. Completely. No problem. So that's one point. The material disease means that I'm the master, and spiritual life means that I'm the servant. I'm just trying to serve here. Okay, Srila Prabhupada and his mission, and whatever is needed for the mission. Last time I was in. And not last time. I was. There was some book fest in Zagreb, and I went to. There were devotees went there to distribute books, and we went in the car, and devotee told me, "Hey Prabhu, why are you sitting in the back? You're driving." I was like, okay, no problem. So, what to do? I had different plans, but. If the authorities said, okay, now today you're driving. Okay, good, no problem. So that's the point. We are servants. Another point is about how to manifest this non-enviousness. That Srila Prabhupada talks about how people in the material world are envious. And there's this saying that humility doesn't mean talking of yourself less, thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less. I'll explain because it sounds. So thinking less of yourself means that you think of yourself. I am so fallen, Prabhu. I am the most humble. I am more tolerant than a tree and more humble than a blade of grass. I am like this, and I'm so low. I am. It's me. It's all about me. And one devotee went to Srila Prabhupada and said, Srila Prabhupada, I'm the most fallen. And Srila Prabhupada looked at him, you're not the most anything. You're insignificant. So real humility means not thinking, I am this, I am this, I am this. It's thinking how to do something for others. If you're insignificant, then, you should think of doing something significant. So, if you are a servant, you think, okay, it's not about me, what I feel, what I want, no, what does the spiritual master want me to do? What does Krishna want me to do? Which is the same. What Srila Prabhupada wants me to do. It's the same. What they want us to do is very simple. Lord Chaitanya says it's very simple. Yaradeka tarekaha Krishna upadesha amara gyaya guru hanatarai desha. Whoever you meet, tell them about Krishna in some way. And this is very interesting there. It says, on my order. So this is also a part which is sometimes overlooked. Yes, you have to tell people about Krishna under some authority, under some guidance. You not just go, I have this preaching program. Okay, but under whose authority is this preaching program? So we see these examples of devotees who take this austerity, this idea, okay, my purpose is how to help others. Srila Prabhupada, he went 70 years old. He just went to the US. He had no idea what's going on there. And he went because his spiritual master he gave him the instruction, you have to go and preach. So he went. Not so easy. I'm 45 and when I travel for a few days, I'm like, I just, Monday we had some Harinams and we went late, and then Tuesday we had the Harinams, and when I came back, I just went and crashed down, and there was a program in the evening, and I was thinking, I put my alarm clock after 1 hour, and then I wake up 8 o'clock, like, okay, see you tomorrow morning. So it's not so easy, like, and I'm like 45, Srila Prabhupada was 70. Srila Prabhupada would just travel around the world, like this time zone, he was like completely, of course, he's Shakti Avesh avatar, but so he can do anything. But you have to see this example, so much austerity, just to give Krishna consciousness to as many people as possible. Panchatattva ki jai, Shigornitai ki jai. Once they were in, I think, maybe in Vrindavan or something. And Srila Prabhupada his health was really bad. And this governor came or something. And it was like important for the mission to, I don't know. And Srila Prabhupada just went to meet the governor. But Srila Prabhupada was like really in a bad condition. So he went there and he was greeting him and acting like, and talking to him very friendly and preaching to him. And then after this governor left, Srila Prabhupada just crashed. Phew. He knew that maybe his body would not hold, but that was the austerity. He said, okay, we have to do some austerity to help others. For the mission, we have to do some austerity. We have other examples of great devotees. You have Prahlad Maharaj. When Lord Nisimha comes to Prahlad Maharaj and he says, I can give you a benediction. What do you want? Prahlad Maharaj says, this is the famous verse. He says, my dear Lord Nisimhadev, I see that there are many saintly persons indeed, but they are interested only in their own deliverance, not caring for the big cities and towns. They go to the Himalayas or the forest to meditate with vows of silence. They are not interested in delivering others. There's many, we can have also this mentality as devotees. Prasadam is good, life is good. Who cares? As for me, however, I do not wish to be liberated alone, leaving aside all these poor fools and rascals. Of course, Prahlad Maharaj knows that they are fools and rascals. But still, I know that without Krishna consciousness, without taking shelter of your lotus feet, one cannot be happy. Therefore, I wish to bring them back to shelter at your lotus feet. So, I'm not suffering. I'm a devotee. I'm always thinking of Krishna, so I'm not suffering. But I see these people are suffering, so I'm inclined to do something. How to help these people? Always meditate. Okay, how can I help these people? Another example is Lord Shiva. This is in connection with the churning of the milk ocean. So when they churn the milk ocean, first comes the poison. And they go to Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva agrees to take the poison. And there's this verse which says, it is said that great personalities almost always accept voluntary suffering because of the suffering of people in general. This is considered the highest method of worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is present in everyone's heart. So this is the mood of our acharyas, to make an effort to give other people Krishna consciousness. As it is, of course. We have everything. We have everything. We have sadhana bhakti. We have Harinam Sankirtan, holy name, prasadam, books. And we have a process. And it works, Sometimes devotees have this idea that we have to do something new. I don't know. I'm not so convinced. And then you see, if you try just to have Srila Prabhupada's program, it still works. So why should we invent something new? Just some devotees say that you just beat around the bush 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and then after 3 years you told him so many things, and then you spend 2 years to get out of their head what you put them inside, and then you finally tell them, by the way, Krishna is God and you are his servant. That's our philosophy. Okay. What's the point, You just, why not just tell people what our philosophy is? They will find out later. There was this devotee. And anyway, there was this devotee, my friends were telling me there was this devotee in Romania. He was coming for Sunday feast for 1 year. Every Sunday feast he was coming. And after 1 year, because we're so much in Maya that this philosophy doesn't get in, It just bounces back always, You hear the philosophy, even if you hear the real philosophy, it just bounces back, It's like... And after 1 year, he finally understood the philosophy. And I said, you mean that Krishna is God and I'm his servant? And then he said, I don't like this philosophy. He stopped coming. So anyway, people are so in Maya that it takes 1 year to just understand some basic things of Krishna consciousness. So don't worry, you can say anything, they will not understand anyway, so it's okay. The point is we have the formula. Srila Prabhupada gave the formula by which we can gradually make some progress. And we need to be an instrument for Srila Prabhupada, just following his footsteps and preach. And as Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj told to Srila Prabhupada, you have to preach, and this will be good for you, and will be good for others, but for you also. So nowadays, we're joking with Lomanjita Prabhu, there must be a retreat, there's a battle. Sometimes you retreat, but you don't always retreat. Sometimes you attack also. Lomanjita Prabhu was joking like this. But he's right, you retreat, and okay. How much can you retreat? At some point you have to attack. So we have to also attack. That's the traditional ISKCON. In the early days, maybe this was a bit too much, but everyone you live in the temple, they will give you some books, you go out and distribute some books. Hare Krishna, simple, no questions. They will leave one devotee in the temple to do everything, and everyone else would just go and distribute books. That's it. That was the mood. And unfortunately, we don't have this Sankirtan training anymore. It was like by default, you come to the temple, 2 years you do Sankirtan, and then maybe something else. And if you do this, then such a good training, especially if you go in Croatia to distribute books. Slovenia is too soft, too nice. People are like, yeah, who are there, and Ramatirtha Prabhu tried to stop someone, and he instantly took the cross out. Yes, only Jesus. Okay, okay, man. Anyway, we'll not criticize the people in Croatia, but they have this style. They want to tell you that they don't like you. I don't know in Rijeka. In Rijeka probably is different. But you go with the Harinam and they open the door. They see what's this, and then they have to smash. If they don't like the Harinam, they have to smash the door. This doesn't happen in Slovenia. In Slovenia, they are like more. But in Croatia, they have to, and they have to tell you they don't like you. This is what you do. You don't even try to stop them. They go like, this is what you're doing is disgusting. Anyway, it's funny if you have a sense of humor. Just think, hey, you're stupid. So the point is, if you go for Sankirtan, you meet this, go in different situations, and you learn how to be tolerant and humble, because you'll not survive otherwise. And if you have this training, then very good. Now we have new devotees. You give them a project. Okay, they have some material qualifications, so instantly you give them some project, which is good. I mean, but the point is, if they don't, first thing they have to understand is that they are a servant, and they have to understand the philosophy, and then maybe you can give them a project. But Ramanjita Prabhu was saying that in the early days, first project they would give them, you clean the toilet for 1 year. And then after you understand that you're a servant, perfect, okay, we can give you, this position, that position. But before, no. So first, most important is to understand that you're a servant. Like you're a temple president. What does it mean that you're a temple president? It means you're a servant of everyone. And you have to, you're a servant of Shri Guru Parampara, and if you're a servant of everyone. And if you don't understand this, you shouldn't be a temple president. If you want to be famous and important, Prabhu. Sorry, Prabhu, but it's not. Yeah, anyway, I'll stop here. If there's some questions, comments, concerns, objections. Bhakta Primož can translate or someone.
Ja, sam nimamo prevoda potem.
Hoćeš ti prevesti na engleski?
No, in English. Give the microphone to Bhakta Primož and that's it.
Dobro, ti možeš govoriti.
Možemo
Da. Mi u Rijeci možda nemamo Sankirtan pokret tako razvijen.
So in Croatia we don't have Sankirtan movement so much developed. Rijeka, yeah.
U Zagrebu je Sankirtan pokret vrlo snažan. Tamo je ovaj Bhakta kojeg je spomenuo, Lamančita Prabhu, tako je. U Rijeci to nemamo, ali imamo Šastradanu.
Yes, so in Zagreb it's a bit different, especially thanks to Lamančita Prabhu. But in Rijeka we have Šastradana.
Ja i moj suprug smo sudjelovali prošle godine u Šastradani i obišli smo jako puno knjižnica.
So me and my husband cooperated in the Shastradana and we filled up a lot of libraries.
Ja, to je to.
Yeah, that's the point is that you have to. The point is that you have to contribute to the mission. You have to have this missionary spirit. And then how you do it, that's different, you know, like there's different ways. Some devotees is just too hard to go on the street for some reason. I don't think it's that bad, you know. It's at least here in Slovenia, if you the worst thing that they will say is "hvala," so it's not so bad, you know, and you learn a lot of things. But if this is not your mood, and also you have Vrindavan Prabhu who is doing Sankirtan in Rijeka, so you always have some devotees, and if you want to learn how to do it, it's not so complicated, you know. It takes some time to learn. You just have to be nice to people, understand a bit where they are, say hi, smile, and tell them how nice they are, how nice person you are, and this is only books for nice people. And you can take a book and you can give a nice donation also. And that's it. And this is a very... you can learn a lot from this. I'm not saying just for you, maybe it works, maybe... so that's one thing. Most of the devotees, if they would understand that this is important, then they would support it in some way, you know. I don't think the devotees cannot go out anymore. But why not, you know? It's such a... legally there's no problems. In Australia they would go out for Sankirtan and they would put them in jail. And they still went. It's no problems, no legal problems. You can just go to people. You can do small cities. We were doing in from Zagreb. We were doing small city. We went Markandeya Rishi. When we went there, Markandeya Rishi Prabhu was just joking that this. First, we went to this city. It's called Barsko. It's like very small. And he said, you know, Prabhu. No, this was after. And then he said, you know, Prabhu, this is smaller than Zapreshi. This is a village. Why are we going there? And then we go there. Such nice people, you know, like. And then we went to Karlovac and we distributed more books in Jastrebarsko than in Karlovac. So nice people, you know, so nice. Then we went to Krapina. So nice people, you know. Yesterday we went to Samobor. We just went for a walk down the river, you know. And there's this, I don't know if it's a river, it's like some small river. We just went for a walk. So nice people. Of course, you have to learn to be patient, tolerant, all this. It's so nice. You can always go to some smaller cities and just meet, especially you speak the language, you're local, you understand, and you meet these older ladies, you know, older people. They're usually nice. They have some culture. So I don't see why. You can try. Just try. Also, Vrindavan Prabhu, I'm following his Facebook. She's writing that he's now going to smaller cities. So nice people. I mean, like everywhere, you know, like real people. You know? So if like Rijeka or some places where people are just running, you know, it's too heavy. You just go to some young people, some small cities. So that's one thing that you can do. Generally, they do. Some devotees were recommending door to door. I don't know if this would work in Croatia, but small cities is like the same. People are slow, not many people, but you know. So that's one thing. I don't really buy this thing that we cannot. Nobody can go for Sankirtan anymore. Why not? Everyone can go for Sankirtan. It's just for me when they sent me first time for Sankirtan, I was like, I understood that Srila Prabhupada wants me to do it, but yeah, I didn't want to do it, and it was such a struggle. Especially that I went in Hungary where people in the center of Budapest, where people don't speak English, and they are just running, so it was really hard for me. But anyway, I mean, with time I learned some things, and now I'm like, okay. So that's one thing, you know. Everyone can go for Sankirtan. If they are convinced, okay, this Srila Prabhupada wants me to do this, then you'll take the austerity, you know, okay. So that's one thing. And the other is there's also, as you gave the example, there's many other ways to support the mission. We have also, during the marathon, we have this Shastradana, and devotees sponsor the books. And when we go to smaller cities, I usually go to the bus station. If you go to bus station at the right time, 12, 1 o'clock, something, all the young people who studied there go home to this village, that village, and they are all there. And they are usually nice, and they usually don't have money. So if someone contributes with that and sponsors some books, then you can distribute some books there at the bus station and other places where you find young people. So in this marathon, I went so many cities of Slovenia, and I distributed more or less to young people. This from 15 to, maybe, I don't know, this area, 15 to 18. So this is just investing in the future of the country. And there's also many other things, but the point, devotees are cooking, people will come, if you distribute many books and flyers, maybe they will come for a program, and then you can have nice temple, clean this. But the point is that the mood has to be there, that I'm part of the preaching movement. And what I'm doing is to support the preaching movement. It can be just that the temple is clean when they come. But the mood has to be okay, you know. I want to help people become Krishna. And you can pray, always pray to the deities. I don't know if that helps. And you can go for Sankirtan, you know. Devotees will be so inspired, you know, like they will look, wow, you know. She can go for Sankirtan. We can also go, you know. Why not? Okay, thank you so much. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Oh yeah, if you see, when we go for Harinam, Lalit Govinda Prabhu always comes for Harinam, you know. So it's so inspiring for people. Oh, come on, if we can go, we should also go. That's it.